Okay, so as you're getting yourself set up on your back, we're going to start with a sweater on. We're not going to be generating too much heat in the body throughout practice at all. I always have a tank top on because it gets really hot behind the lights in this room. But it is nice to keep the body warm, and that helps with relaxation. Okay, so just so you know where we're going. So when you're starting on your back, I'm going to start in a constructed rest pose. So the feet are wide, the width of the mat, and then the knees come into touch. This is really nice and restorative for the lower back. If your mat doesn't have a lot of thickness to it and you have a sensitive lower back, I really like to promote the use of blankets. I also like to promote taking the time you need to take care of yourself. And all too often, I know from experience, when a teacher suggests, use a blanket, we're like, nah, that's fine, I can do it without. But it really makes a difference. So, I want you to treat yourself right now. It's luxurious to put a blanket under your bum. It feels so good. So the feet are wide, the knees are in. And then just roll your shoulder blades under a little bit. So you can kind of move back and forth like that, just so that you're opening through the chest a little bit more. And the palms are going to face up. And just lift your chin a little bit so that your throat is just a little bit more open. And we're going to take 3 breaths all together. So inhale through the nose. And then exhale, sigh out through the mouth. And do that again. Inhale slowly, fully through the nose. And then let the body get heavy as you exhale. And do that once more. Inhale, nice and full, nice and slow. And then exhale. Good. And you're going to take a few moments now where you actually give yourself permission to move if you feel like moving. So, trying to let out any EBGBs, that's not a word, but just, if you want to move and you just kind of feel like, oh, it'll help you to move a little bit, go ahead and do that. And then once you've done that, see if you can come to a place of complete stillness. Just notice how in this moment, how it feels. Have your body being still. Notice your breath without trying to change it. And let your breath be exactly as it wants to be. But become curious about how you're breathing. You can notice, where do you feel your breath in your body? What physical location are you feeling it in? You can notice the quality of the breath. So does the breath feel fluid, easeful? Does the breath feel restricted, tight, tough? You can also notice the rhythm of your breath. You can notice the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. And there'll be time to work with the breath and change it. Right now, we're just noticing. We're noticing what our natural state is, what our natural tendencies are. And this is valuable information to learn how we breathe normally before we try to change it. Okay, next, we're going to bring our attention to a sound that is outside of the space that you are in. So if you're in a room, outside of the room you're in, or maybe it's actually outside of a window or wall, see if you can identify one sound that is outside of the room that you're in. Now we're going to bring our attention closer to our body by identifying a sound that is in the room that you're in. See if you can identify a sound other than my voice or the music. You notice something else. And then finally, I'm going to bring your attention towards your body. And I want you to make a sound with the exhalation of your breath. We call this an ujjayi breath, where we make sound of the ocean with our exhale by constricting the back of the throat, as if you wanted to clear your throat. You do this with the mouth closed. If the eyes haven't been closed this whole time, I hope they have been, but go ahead and let yourself close your eyes. Just start focusing your attention now on that sound of your exhale. Imagine that you are making the sound of an ocean wave crashing onto shore. And you can start to lengthen your exhalation as you do this, making the exhalation even longer than the inhalation. At the same time, maybe you can relax the muscles of your face, relax the muscles of your eyes, of your throat. Just imagine with every exhalation that sound of the ocean wave itself is smoothing your head, your face, your throat, even the rest of your body. With each exhalation, the body gets more in rhythm with this style of breath. Sound of the ocean, focusing on that sound, the soothing sound. And let's do a breath one more time in this way. Okay. Go ahead and open your eyes now and just look around. So without moving your head, just look up towards the sky and just notice the change now that your eyes are open. And you're going to let your legs separate, and you're going to bring your arms over top of your head. So as much as possible, I know you might need to look over towards the screen because you're going to want to see what I'm doing. As much as possible, see if you can just listen to the sound of my voice. So go ahead and look back up with your eyes open, back up towards the ceiling now. And see if you can use your peripheral vision. So you're not looking at one point up top, but you're also noticing what's happening on the left and the right of you. And we're going to bring the left knee down towards the floor, and the right knee is going to come down as well. So windshield wiper legs. Inhale up to center. Keep the eyes open as you do this. Exhale, knees go over towards the left. And then find a rhythm, move fluidly. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. And exhale towards the left. And pause here. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and just pull that right hand over towards the left side. So you're making a little bit of an arc with your right side body. If you prefer to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes here. Just see if you can notice that subtle change with the eyes closed versus the eyes open. And let's switch sides now. Inhale up, release the hand. Exhale, knees come down towards the right. And this time you're grabbing the left wrist with your right hand. And you're pulling that left hand over towards the right hand side. So you're making that arc shape with your body and getting a nice side stretch in that left side body. If the eyes are open, and see if you can soften your gaze. Use your peripheral vision. Soften the eyes. Okay, inhale back up, release the hands. And then exhale, bring the arms back down, extend the left leg, and we're gonna bring the right thigh in towards the chest, interlacing your fingers on the shin. And now as we do this, I want you to close your eyes this time. And breathe into your low belly as you inhale. Let the low belly expand into the thigh. And then exhale and slowly let the belly release. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, exaggerate the expansion of the belly. So press your belly into your thigh. And then exhale, softly let the belly release. Notice that release. And then 1 more time. Inhale, press the belly into the thigh, expand, make space. And then exhale, release the shin, extend the leg up towards the sky. And you can grab the back of your thigh or the back of your shin, wherever it's gonna feel comfortable. You can even have a bend in your knee if you want, because right now what we're doing is we're actually just working with the ankle. Okay, so I want you to look at your foot right now. Use a soft gaze to look at your foot as you begin to make circles with the foot. Okay, and the circle is a very mindful, slow circle where you're really trying to trace kind of all 360 degrees of that circle. Okay. And as you're doing that, I want you to also pay attention to, is there any portion of the circle that feels a little bit more restricted? The ankle can't, the foot can't move into that space as much as it can in the others. And then go in the opposite direction and see if that feels any different. Maybe it's a little bit easier to make circles in a counterclockwise direction. So just notice. Good, and then extend the leg up, release the hands, palms down, and then close your eyes. Just listen to my voice. We're gonna lower the foot now for 10, slowly, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause, and then gently put the foot down. And then take your hands now to the hip bones. So put your palms onto your hip bones and just notice for a moment. Bring your attention, your awareness into your legs and see if you can notice a difference. So how does your right leg feel? How does your left leg feel? And can you notice any differences between the 2 physical sensations? Okay, we're gonna repeat now, other side. Open your eyes. Bring the left thigh now in towards the chest. Interlace your fingers on the left shin. Okay, and we're gonna do the same practice of inflating the belly. So inhaling, letting the belly release into the thigh. And then exhale with softness, gently pull the knee in towards the chest. And go ahead and close your eyes as you do this one. Inhale, softly expand your belly. And then exhale, release, and just pull a little bit more. And release the hands, extend the leg up, open your eyes now. Interlace your fingers on the back of the thigh or the back of the calf and start to make those big circles with your foot. And again, just watch your foot as it's moving. Become curious about your foot. Look at your toes. First, we're doing this all with non-judgment. Notice if as you're looking at your foot, you're starting to tell a story about what your foot looks like, what your toenails look like. So just notice. You can go in the opposite direction. And also notice if you feel a little bit more constricted in any part of the circle. It's all really good information about our body. Okay, release the hands down, palms facing down to the floor. Close your eyes. And we're gonna lower again with control. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hover on 1. Just notice the hover, and then gently place the leg down. Bring the hands onto the crests of the hip bones, and take a moment to notice now. Notice the left leg, notice the right leg, and maybe they feel similar, or maybe they feel different. You're noticing. There's no right or wrong. There's no way that it should be. It's noticing and practicing non-judgment. Okay, release the hands, bend the knees, place the soles of the feet flat into the floor, and then roll over onto your side so that you can press into the hand to come up to a seated position.